Did you think I forgot? Because we were doing JJK, we forgot? No, Kagurabachi is here. We are not going anywhere. We have to talk about Akamura Soga. We have some talking to do. We got a couple chapters to catch on. But this guy right here, Kagurabachi is peak. Okay, so last week chapter we left off with Soga blitzing Shihiro with the sword to his neck. He didn't kill him. He actually told him that he's his uncle. We didn't know that his sister brother is him. So he's known Chihiro his whole life. And he essentially just asked Chihiro what's his convictions and what he's actually fighting for. What did my brother or my stepbrother, Konoshige Rokuhira, what did he teach you that he's fighting against me in the malediction? And he essentially cuts it plain and dry. These are our enemies, and I'm going to do 100% what I need to do to take care of our enemy. He's essentially an extremist with his ideology, and he doesn't care about certain factors that may come into place as long as the end goal is going to be helping his people. But before anything too different weird can happen, before he doesn't like Shihiro's answer, my boy Samura checks in. Get out of here. He pushes him to the side real quick, right? And they about to get started battling now. And do these two get to battling? Because we see these two clash, and he essentially tells Samura already that you can't keep up with me. With your healing flames or mortal flame, you know my blade can still kill you. But Samura, he still goes in, and they have a little clash. It even gets to a point where he gets them to crash into a building, and Samura just tries to fucking blow the whole building up full of flames, and just have him fighting him in fire, and he still outduels him somehow, some way, in the middle of fire. Like, Soga is absolutely different. But after he cuts him down, we come to find out that Chihiro comes back. But how is that possible? But Chihiro comes back because of his blade. The N10 is a complete counter to the Shinichi. And basically, let me run down the abilities too. The Shinichi, what we learn is that it takes life force. It takes vitality away from people. So just being around the Shinichi is going to take your energy. It's going to take your life force. It's going to drain you. That's why Samura and his flames are a pretty good help against him, because it's constantly just draining the life force away from others around him and adding it to the sword, or yourself, I believe. But it's constantly just draining life force. That's the main point. And Chihiro's blade is a perfect counter. So him trying to use like spider on him, and he just completely walks out of it instead of paralyzing him. So now Chihiro has the blade to counter Akamura Soga, the biggest threat in the nation right now. What does he do with this? The best effort that he gives. He does give an effort, but he truly quickly realizes this isn't just about the Shinichi and how strong the enchanted blade is. This man's sword skill is absolutely ridiculous. With the abilities that Chihiro is using, and he knows how to, in Aka, he's copying Samura's ability. He is still keeping up with him like it's not an issue. No Shinichi powers, none of that. He's just keeping up with him because his sword play is absolutely magnificently godly. From what we understand later in the chapters, he's been learning the sword since his birth. So his sword play is a full mastery. So Chihiro still can't keep up with him. We also found out just random facts that he has like a world-cutting slash. Like, it's obviously not the same thing, but his sword strike is so fast, you can't actually tell the distance of the slash. Like, if you watch One Piece, Zoro's Phoenix attacks that he does, those little lines, like, those don't exist. They just get to the target. Like, that's how fast they are. So it's not a world-cutting slash, but he's so damn fast that it's like you can't even see it coming. Like, so that's just a fun fact about it, how he's different. But then he really gets different is after Chihiro actually leaves him a little scar and shows him that the N10 could actually do some damage, and he powers through, I believe, his centipede. Soka locks in. There's no more games. I believe he says some exact words. I apologize too. You're a samurai as well. I see you appear to be a samurai as well. And at the beginning of the chapter, we started talking about how samurais use duels to fight against their ideologies. And I guess he wasn't respecting Chihiro at that point as that beyond just his nephew, because he didn't want to kill his nephew. But after that, he got that little strike, and he realizes that, okay, let me take him as serious. And then, 4 seconds. He breaks N10, and he stabs Chihiro in the heart. Like, in 3 seconds, he completely no-diffs Chihiro. With all this N10 ability and everything, he no-diffs him. Like, Soga is absolutely ridiculous. So after Samura and Chihiro are taken care of, he goes downstairs. He uses a new attack called B that essentially just like puts a hole through the ground, like with so much force. And he goes down to the Kabunabi headquarters, and he's now still looking for all the people that are against the malediction. He's in particularly looking for our friend Hakari because he wants to go kill him because his family is behind the Rasa and the Raikuzaichi. There we go. I said it. The Raikuzaichi. He's technically a part of that lineage, so he wants to go handle him even if he's not a bad guy. This is the purest nature I'm talking about of extremists with him. Is everything has to be perfect. But he goes down and he's ready to start the malediction again. Which Shiba is on air. Shiba saves Hakari, and he really needs to thinking about how I'm gonna save everybody else, because we need to save everybody that can possibly attack this guy later. That's like, but how do we do it? Because he's right there. And then that's when our boy shows up, and it's bittersweet. Samura pulls back up to save the day, but guess what? Because of what we know from the power system in the manga, when your abilities turn black water, black fire, black lightning, black just energy, when they're black, bro, you're using your life force now. You're not just using your spirit energy. And if Samura is using his life force, then he might not make it. No, not my boy. He's the goal. I'm so mad that he might not make it. It's not surprising, but this is his final stand. And is it a final stand indeed? Because now him and Soga are clashing. And the thing is that because of his flames on maximum output using his black flames and using his spirit energy, his flames are completely counteracting the Shinichi's vitality stealing ability. So it's like a dead even draw between abilities, and now it's just down to swordplay. And now that's when they're going back to it. And even then, we're still seeing Samura keep up. Even if Soga is different, he's still hanging in there. And the chapter ends with us seeing Chihiro locked in on their final stance that Samura and Soga does for their final sword clash. He's ingraining that into his eye so he knows how to slay Soga later. That's different. That's just different. That's different. That's different. That's different. Mind you, he was crying 2 panels ago because of how weak he was, and he locked in and realized, I need to do what I got to do. Kagurabachi is peak. I don't know what else to keep saying about it. It needs more fans. The anime will have y'all around, just like JJK. Kagurabachi's so peak. I can't wait till the next week chapter. I literally couldn't even tell you what's gonna happen. If I had to throw one out there though, I don't know how much my boy Samura has. I don't know how much time my boy Samura has, man. I don't know how much time. But the one thing that I will say is that I am completely lost on how they're gonna deal with Soga. Yura getting his body back. It does make me very happy to realize Kagurabachi has a long way to go. But, it's kind of wild cards from here. So, check back into the channel next week so we can figure out what's going on with each other. Like, subscribe, and please leave any comments so I can hear y'all thoughts on the chapter too. I would love to talk to more about it.